Good morning. Good morning. Today's lead story in the newspaper is about the death of our woke Pope. Sadly, he died at 88 of a stroke and various other complications associated with it yesterday. The best thing about this, if you're the White House, is that it moves news of your incompetent defense secretary below the fold. The president called chat concerns a waste of time yesterday. Now, yesterday afternoon, the White House also was forced to deny reports by NPR, of all people, that it's already searching for a replacement to Hegseth. You remember that they called fake news reports they were going to reverse course on the tariffs about 2 weeks ago, 3 days before they reversed course on the tariffs. So if you're Pete Hegseth, you might want to pack your bags, mate, is my view on this. The New York Times coverage of the death of the Pope is fascinating because it shows the man's values repeatedly and implicitly, I think, contrasts them to those of Donald Trump. At one point, it actually quotes the Pope from 2016, saying that if you espouse the building of walls, you're not a Christian. So effectively saying that Donald Trump, despite being a kind of self-promoting Christian at this point, is not. For the Pope to say that is pretty harsh. He's effectively, I think, saying that Donald Trump is going to burn in hell, which he believes in. You know, Catholics love a bit of hell. I'm Episcopalian, so my version of hell, I think, is social anxiety for a while, maybe 45 minutes at a party you don't want to be at, which can be hellish. I think we all can acknowledge. Few things that the Pope did that were of particular note. Obviously, after he took office, he kind of took fairly significant steps to make this Catholic Church a little bit safer for children, which, as we know, it hasn't been forever. Nodded towards more inclusion towards gay people. I think he said, "Who am I to judge?" Well, you're the Pope, mate. I mean, you can judge Donald Trump. You could have said it's all right to be gay, but it's the Catholic Church, so let's give him a break. What else did he do? Repeated efforts to show up around the world, in Hungary, in Sudan, various places where there was conflict, and to reinforce the importance of living and let live in, which is brave for a Pope. He hit out against peacock pontiffs, or was it peacock cleric? I don't know. He didn't like it when cardinals just showed up on the airplane at times of kind of political expediency. He wanted to be a man of the people. Again, all of this is hugely contrasting to Donald Trump. In fact, in my written version of today's newsletter, which you can find on my LinkedIn profile, I did sort of try writing a lead paragraph for Donald Trump in the style of the lead paragraph of the Pope's obituary. So instead of making America more open, more inclusive, and really taking action on things like climate change, Donald Trump's done the opposite. The Pope was born into relative poverty and ascended to the most powerful office in his church. Donald Trump was born into wealth in Queens and just kind of slowly landed himself as leader of a country for whom he has open contempt. Sadly, we're not reading Donald Trump's obituary today, but we're reading the Pope's. And there'll be a process now. What I loved about reading the New York Times yesterday was on the front page of the website, somebody had written the story saying that if you see the movie Conclave, you can understand the process going forward. Of course, that movie ends, spoiler alert, with the selection of a Pope who, while looking and appearing male, also has a womb. And that's never going to happen. Looks like there is one black guy in the running, but again, you know, it's the Catholic Church. So, Pope's dead. We'll have a new Pope soon. Donald Trump's still very much alive, and so far, his defense secretary clinging to his career. How long until it's over? I'm guessing, I think I said Thursday, but it might be that the White House clings on for another week, just so that they can pretend they didn't get rid of him in response to pressure. Who knows? I'm Matt Davis. Thank you for letting me read the newspaper so that you don't have to. Pope was a nice fella. You should have a look at his obituary. It's long. It's going to take you 20 minutes to read, but if you want to remind yourself what values look like in a world where they seem to be rotting, it's a nice piece. Dude's a bit of an inspiration in some ways, I think. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.